Welcome to another video, guys, and today I'm going to be checking out this camera by Mangoal. The company was nice enough to send this to me for an unboxing and installation video, so let's show you guys everything that does come in this box. First things first is the camera itself. So we have the head unit here, and it's an OEM style, so it looks exactly like the plastic you have now, just with a camera attached to it, which I think is pretty cool. Inside the unit, it's pretty basic. You know, it has all your cables. There's a cable for the rear camera attachment, for power cable, and GPS if you have that. Moving on over to the accessories, you do get a cable hider, the cable itself to power the unit, some extra little clips in case you break the ones on your OEM part, and also an included SD card, which is pretty cool. I will be installing this rear camera on the CHR for the very first time in any vehicle, so that should be pretty fun. And finally, we're going to have the little information booklet of how to download the app and a couple zip ties to get you started. Downloading the app is going to be fairly simple. You open up the little booklet, you just scan the QR code, and it's going to direct you to where you can actually download it. You can also just look up Skycam. So to install this in a 2021 Toyota CHR, it's going to go here, right? So it comes with an included little pry tool, so let's go ahead and get that started. So the tool, it should just come off. So after you pull this out, you just, on the camera itself, on this black part, you push inwards or downwards, I guess, and it'll just pop off. So there you go. This piece is off. You just kind of compare both pieces, although you do that when you buy this, so it shouldn't be a problem. You just compare them, look the same size, same everything, just remove the top from the new camera part as well. Now this one here is the original one. This is the one with the camera with all these cables. What you're gonna do is you're just gonna transfer these clips to the new piece. And what is really nice about, you know, the whole kit is that they send you some extra ones in case they break or you lose them. So let's do that now. Might have to do this with two hands. There you go. New ones are clipped in. So we're going to go ahead and pre-assemble the one with the camera on it, right? We've already put the clips in. So now, where it says power plug, power plug, you're going to connect it to the included adapter. So it's in, heard a click. Good, not going anywhere. And it's just going to be for the rear camera, which we will be installing, and then GPS, which is optional. I don't have a GPS, so for me, it's not too much of a problem. Now I just have it, sitting right here. The included plug, we just connected this cable. What you're going to do is you're going to unplug that one right there, the gray one. You're going to plug it into this, and then you're going to plug this one in to where that gray one goes. Power is coming from here to here, and then you're putting power back in. So let's go ahead and do that. A little bit. All right, I'm going to unplug. Then plug it in to the included harness. You heard that click, and now you're gonna connect that harness plug into the actual plug itself. And let's see. Let's take off this little sticker on the camera end. Took off the sticker, have it connected. Now I'm just gonna give the car power and you know, make sure everything is working properly before I go ahead and put it all back together. So, you know, turn the car all the way on.
Recording started.
Turn the car all the way on. It says, there you go, it says it's recording.
Recording started.
So you see if I turn the car completely on, no lights. This so far seems to be working. It powered on, it said recording. So now I'm gonna just turn the car off, but leave it in battery mode. That's recording. There you go. So now let's switch over to the app and make sure we can see the picture properly before we put it all back in here. So there you go. It's working. Yeah, this thing's working. Looks pretty good, at least from what I can see on my phone. Looks good. Good lighting. Flip it around. Okay, so now what I will believe is the trickier part. We want to add the rear camera. Says rear camera. Line it up. There's a little hole, like a little slot right here. And then this has a little slot right up top, a little groove. You just line it in. That you push all the way in. Now the camera is on, little blue light. So let's switch back over to the app and make sure that, you know, the camera is actually running and whatnot. Have everything connected. Rear camera is connected. We're gonna start running the wire, but first we're gonna put this back together. Pretty simple. You just kind of tuck all the wires in, and the rear camera wire, you want it running through the hole right here where the mirror sits, so that you can tuck the cable. And that's really the only cable you want to be there. Everything else can tuck away. You want to start from the bottom. Shit is not fucking. Is that it? Is that fucking it? Put this shit away now. Oh my god. Well, after a whole bunch of finicking, I finally got this thing back in. God damn it. Okay, now, after all this finicking, it's back in. I can adjust this mirror again. And now there's this cable that I need to tuck back here and run the rear cable. So I'm gonna start with the front of it, right? I'm gonna basically just grab my roof, my liner. Mine is loose enough that I can grab with my fingers. And there you go. Pushed it in. And now you're just gonna keep doing that all along the edge. then you can use this tool to just kind of push it in or lift your liner if yours isn't loose like mine is. There you go. We're gonna run it down this way, the passenger side. After, you know, grabbing the cable, for me, plenty long. I have a lot of extra space, so yeah, just make sure you check this length before you fully install it. Here, same thing, you're just gonna tuck it, and then here, to do it for this part, you're gonna want to come to the outside, grab your weather stripping. You know, be careful with it, you don't want to rip it. You're just gonna pull it down all the way here. Go back into your vehicle, and then here on your airbags, you're gonna want to do this with both hands though. Basically just want to pop it off a little bit, you know, nothing too crazy. So you're just gonna want to pop it off a little bit, just like that, and you know, put the cable inside, push it through this opening down here too, and then you're gonna want to feed it through all here, which is the same roof liner. Just gonna feed that from there all the way to the back, essentially. Here, same thing. Just keep pushing it in there. Gonna open this second part, and the same thing. You're gonna wanna remove the weather stripping. This one's gonna be a little trickier because I gotta feed it through the opposite end. So basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna grab the end of it, you're gonna put it in here, and you're gonna fish it through to the other side, and then, you know, continue to drag it along. So what I did is this part here with the seatbelt, I just pried it off, just pulled it forward to create a bigger of a gap, and I'm just gonna tuck it in there essentially and try to feed it to this other side, which I can already see it. And there you go. Fished it through. Now just pull all the cable. You know? And what you can do here is you can tuck it to the liner like you were. Tuck it all in, and then this plastic part that you pulled a little bit, just, you know, snap it back in. And then you can continue to tuck this cable. So now that I've done that, I'm gonna just push this thing back in. I already heard a click, so this is good. See, no cable. Now, before I move on to tucking the rest of the cable, I'm going to put back all of this weather stripping. Tuck all this stuff in, make sure it's back in place. You can close the door. Now let's move on to work in the back over here. And yeah, you're just gonna keep tucking it through the top till you get to this back area. You can remove the weather stripping from the back. Same thing by lifting it. And you can have all this cable here. So let's see. So now the bad thing is, right? Actually, you know what? You don't even have to lift this weather stripping. You can just leave it as is. Don't do nothing to it. But this cable here, now you have the end of it. So you can probably actually just pop this out again, the black part, and just tuck it in, just push it in to here, back around, here, back around, and then just kept the length that I thought I would need for this to keep here, camera connected with enough wiggle room that it'll be fine if the door closes or whatnot. So just kind of laying in the car, with the camera here. Gonna try to find a good position for it, attach it, and then hide the rest of the cable that isn't needed. I ended up finding the right position, or the best position for myself. It is unfortunate that the cable hangs a little bit based on how I installed it, but honestly, it's pretty good. So now I open the trunk, and camera's up here, and then I ended up just feeding the rest of the cable. Through here, through the liner, then right here through the liners, pushing out a little bit, but then just kind of goes up to the back of the camera. So now really the last thing I have to do is just put back the cover. So there you go. Put the cover on. Thing's sitting in place. Looks pretty good. Looks like replacing that one there with now the camera. Looks exactly the same, factory look. So that's pretty much everything that it takes to install the Mangoal 2021 CHR rear and front facing camera on again a 2021 CHR. It was relatively easy, can't complain. They give you everything you need in the box, which is pretty great, and along with some extra pieces. My one complaint was, the front camera. It is a little finicky to kind of push back in, but that's because of the extra cables they kind of come included. But besides that, it was really straightforward, really easy, and not very intimidating, especially if you haven't done anything like this before. If you're only going for the front camera, super easy to do. You'll be done within 10 minutes if you're going really, really slow. And front and back cameras took me about an hour. That's more because, you know, I want to make sure that I'm tucking the cable in properly and me kind of being a little cleaner with what I'm doing. But overall, super simple process, and now really it's just going to be moving on to the testing part and seeing how well these things actually work. But until then, thank you for watching, and catch you guys in the next video.